Hello, and welcome back to the channel. I'm so thrilled you've joined me today for a deep dive into one of my absolute favorite gardening topics, creating a breathtaking balcony flower garden that practically plants itself. Yes, you heard that right. Today we're exploring 10 self-seeding perennials that will transform your tiny urban oasis into a low-maintenance paradise, bursting with color, texture, and life, year after year. No more scrambling to replant every spring, no more empty pots staring back at you, just effortless, magical blooms that return like old friends. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but my balcony is small, it's windy, it's shady. How can any plant survive there, let alone reseed itself? Trust me, I've been there. Years ago, my own balcony was a sad collection of half-dead petunias and cracked terracotta pots. I'd spend hours watering, fertilizing, and babying plants, only to watch them fade by July. Then I discovered the secret weapon of lazy gardeners everywhere, self-seeding perennials. These resilient, generous plants drop seeds at the end of their season, lie dormant through winter, and surprise you with fresh sprouts when the weather warms. They're nature's gift to busy people, apartment dwellers, and anyone who'd rather sip coffee among flowers than slave over a trowel. Over the next hour, we'll journey through 10 hand-picked varieties perfectly suited for balcony life. We'll cover everything: where to place them for maximum sun exposure, how to choose containers that won't tip over in the wind, tricks to encourage heavier seeding, and even how to harvest seeds to share with neighbors. I'll share my personal triumphs and failures, like the year I accidentally grew a forest of foxgloves in my teacup collection, and answer questions I get constantly in the comments, like, will these plants attract bees to my fifth-floor balcony? Spoiler, yes, and it's glorious. And what if I live in a freezing climate? Don't worry, we've got solutions. Grab your favorite drink, settle into a cozy chair, and let's reimagine your balcony together. This isn't just gardening. It's about creating a sanctuary where butterflies dance past your window and every morning feels like a retreat. Ready? Let's begin. Plant number 1, California poppy. First up, the California poppy. If sunshine had a floral form, this would be it. With petals like molten gold and silvery blue foliage, it's a drought-tolerant dynamo that laughs at neglect. Native to the arid west coast of America, it thrives in poor soil, scorching heat, and windy balconies where other flowers wilt. Its secret? A taproot that drills deep into containers, seeking moisture. But here's why balcony gardeners adore it. It self-seeds with joyful abandon. As summers end, its slender seed pods dry and split open, scattering dozens of tiny black seeds like confetti. These seeds lie dormant through winter, then erupt in spring with zero help from you. I once scattered a handful of seeds in a cracked bird bath on my fire escape, and by June, it looked like a sunset had spilled over the railing. For balcony success, use a wide, shallow pot, 8 to 12 inches deep, with gritty soil. Poppies hate soggy roots. Place it where it gets 6+ hours of direct sun. South or west-facing railings are ideal. Water only when the top inch of soil is bone dry. Pro tip: never deadhead all the flowers. Let half of them fade naturally to form seed pods. In fall, gently shake the stalks over your pot to distribute seeds. Or collect pods in a paper bag and sprinkle them where you want next year's display. Warning, they'll pop up in unexpected places, between patio stones, in empty yogurt cups, but that's part of their charm. They're non-invasive and easy to pull if needed. Plus, they attract native bees and make cheerful cut flowers. In colder zones below USDA Zone 5, mulch pots heavily or bring them into a garage for winter. But honestly, even if the parent plant dies, the seeds survive negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit. That's resilience. I'll never forget my neighbor Mrs. Rivera, who grew these in chipped enamelware on her Chicago balcony. Every spring, she'd text me photos of orange blooms glowing against the gray city skyline. She'd say, "They remember me." And that's the magic. They turn concrete jungles into living art. Plant number 2, Nigella, or love in a mist. Next, meet Nigella, or love in a mist, a plant so romantic, poets wrote sonnets about it. Delicate blue, pink, or white flowers float atop feathery, parsley-like foliage, all wrapped in a lacy veil of thread-like bracts. But the real showstopper, it's seed pods. After the flowers fade, they morph into inflated chartreuse green capsules shaped like alien lanterns. Crack one open, and you'll find black, teardrop-shaped seeds with a peppery scent. Yes, they're edible. They're the onion seeds on your bagel. Nigella is a generous self-seeder. It scatters seeds like a fairy godmother waving a wand. One plant can produce hundreds of seeds, which lie dormant until spring rains awaken them. On balconies, Nigella is a wind warrior. Its airy structure lets breezes pass through without snapping stems. It grows just 12 to 18 inches tall, perfect for railing planters or clustered pots. Use lightweight potting mix, avoid dense garden soil, in containers with drainage holes. It prefers full sun but tolerates light shade, ideal for east-facing balconies. Water deeply once a week, letting soil dry between drinks. To encourage self-seeding, stop deadheading in late summer. Let the seed pods ripen until they turn papery and brown. Then, either option 1, passive. Let pods burst naturally. Seeds will fall into the pot, sprouting babies where the parent grew. Option 2, active. Snip dried pods, crush them over a bowl, and sprinkle seeds in fresh soil. Store extras in a labeled envelope for gifts. Nigella attracts hoverflies and lacewings, beneficial insects that devour aphids. In humid climates, ensure good airflow between pots to prevent mildew. And don't panic if seedlings pop up in November. They'll hunker down, then explode with growth in spring. I once found Nigella growing in a forgotten boot on my balcony. I kept it there as a conversation starter. Fun history? Victorian gardeners believed Nigella seeds sparked romance. They'd tuck pods into love letters. Today, it's my go-to for balcony wedding decor. Pods dried and spray-painted gold. Plant number 3, Sweet Alyssum, or Lobularia maritima. Imagine a waterfall of tiny honey-scented flowers cascading over your balcony railing. White like snow, pink like cotton candy, or purple like twilight. That's Sweet Alyssum, the humble hero of container gardens. Often dismissed as an annual, it's actually a perennial self-seeder in zones 5 through 9. In colder areas, it reappears from dropped seeds so reliably, you'll think it's magic. Its low, spreading habit, just 4 to 6 inches tall, makes it perfect for spilling over pot edges or filling gaps between taller plants. Bees adore its nectar, and its resilience is legendary. It survives heat waves, light frosts, and forgetful waterers. Why balconies love it? Alyssum anchors soil in windy spots, preventing erosion. It also acts as a living mulch, shading roots of fussier plants. For best results, plant in long window boxes or hanging baskets with well-draining soil. It craves full sun, but tolerates partial shade, great for balconies shaded by buildings after noon. Water when the topsoil feels dry, is drought-tolerant once established. Self-seeding is effortless. Never deadhead this plant. Let flowers fade to brown seed heads. By late fall, the entire plant dries into a crispy skeleton. Shake it gently over your pots, or let winter rain wash seeds into cracks. Seedlings emerge in early spring as tiny green rosettes. Pro balcony tip: pair alyssum with upright plants like dwarf lavender. The contrast in texture is stunning. Also, its shallow roots thrive in shallow pots, 6 inches deep, ideal for narrow railings. If aphids attack, which is rare, spray with soapy water. And that fragrance, it intensifies at dusk. I've sat on my balcony at midnight just to breathe it in. One caution, in very humid climates, space plants for airflow to avoid root rot. But overall, it's a set and forget superstar. Plant number 4, honesty. Lunaria annua, money plant. Prepare to be enchanted by honesty, or money plant, a perennial that gifts you translucent silvery seed pods resembling coins. In spring, it bears clusters of purple or white flowers, but by autumn, those flowers transform into flat, circular pods with papery membranes inside. When the outer husk falls away, you're left with shimmering moons or silver dollars that last for years in dried arrangements. Honesty is a biennial, flowers in its second year, but it self-seeds so aggressively it acts like a perennial. One plant can colonize a balcony in 2 to 3 seasons. Balcony advantages. Its tall architectural stems, up to 3 feet, add drama to small spaces. It thrives in partial shade, perfect for north-facing balconies or spots shaded by awnings. Use deep pots, 12+ inches, to accommodate its taproot. Soil should be rich but well-draining. Mix compost into potting soil. Water moderately. Never let it sit in water. Self-seeding strategy. Let every seed pod mature. They turn tan and rattle when dry. Harvest pods by snipping stems, then hang them upside down in a paper bag indoors. Seeds will drop out naturally. Scatter them over soil in fall or let nature do it. Honesty seeds need cold stratification, freezing temps, to germinate. Wildlife bonus. Caterpillars of the orange-tip butterfly feast on its leaves. Don't worry, the plant recovers. In small balconies, grow honesty in a single large pot as a focal point. Its seed pods catch the light like stained glass in morning sun. Personal story. I once gave dried honesty pods to my sister as balcony confetti for her apartment warming party. Guests tucked them into books as bookmarks. One caution. It can become weedy. To control spread, remove 80% of seed pods, leaving just a few to scatter. But on a balcony, space is limited, so this is rarely a problem. Plant number 5, columbine, Aquilegia spp. Let's talk columbine, a ballet dancer of the flower world. With spurred petals in jewel tones like ruby red, sapphire blue, lemon yellow, it looks like it belongs in a fairy tale. Native to woodlands and mountains, it adapts surprisingly well to containers. Columbine is a short-lived perennial, 3 to 4 years, but it self-seeds so prolifically, new generations replace old plants seamlessly. Its fern-like foliage stays tidy, and it attracts hummingbirds like a magnet. On balconies, it handles dappled shade beautifully, ideal under pergolas or near tall buildings. Key for container success. Columbine hates root crowding. Use pots at least 14 inches wide with rich, humusy soil. It prefers consistent moisture, but not sogginess. Add perlite to potting mix for drainage. Place pots in morning sun plus afternoon shade to prevent leaf scorch. Self-seeding is easy. After flowering, late spring, seed pods form like tiny lanterns. When they turn brown and split open, seeds spill out. To maximize reseeding, leave all flower stalks intact until midsummer. Shake pots gently to dislodge seeds into crevices. Or collect seeds and scatter them where you want clusters next year. Columbine cross-pollinates freely, so expect surprise Keller blends. Balcony-specific tip, grow it in terracotta pots. Their breathability prevents root rot. Watch for leaf miners, squiggly lines on leaves. Remove affected foliage. Deer and rabbits avoid it, but balcony gardeners rarely face these pests. My favorite memory? A hummingbird nested in my balcony ivy and visited my columbines daily. I'd sit, silent, for hours, just to watch her. In cold climates, mulch pots or move them against a sheltered wall. Columbine seeds need light to germinate, so don't bury them. Just press into soil surface. Plant number 6. Foxglove, Digitalis purpurea. Drama alert! Foxglove is the Gothic romance novel of balcony flowers. Towering spires, 3 to 5 feet tall, draped in bell-shaped blooms, speckled purple, creamy white, or sunset orange, create instant vertical impact. It's a biennial, flowers in year 2, but self-seeds like crazy, ensuring a perpetual display. Fairy tale warning: all parts are poisonous if ingested, so keep away from pets or kids. But for visual magic, unbeatable. On balconies, use it as a backdrop in large containers. Its height draws the eye upward, making small spaces feel expansive. Container must-haves: heavy, stable pots like concrete or thick ceramic to prevent toppling in wind. Foxglove has shallow roots but tall stems. Use moisture-retentive soil, add coir, and place pots in partial shade, especially in hot climates. Water deeply 2 to 3 times weekly. It wilts dramatically when thirsty, but bounces back fast. Self-seeding mastery. After flowering, in early summer, cut the main spike but leave side shoots to set seed. Dry seed pods turn brown and crack open. Shake stalks over pots or lay paper beneath plants to catch falling seeds. Sow immediately. They germinate best fresh. Seedlings appear in fall. Protect them with mulch. Balcony pro tips: pair with low rowers like ivy or sedum to hide bare lower stems. In small spaces, choose dwarf varieties like foxy, 2 feet tall. Attracts long-tongued bees and hummingbirds. I once grew foxgloves in a repurposed bathtub on my balcony. Neighbors thought I ran a witch's apothecary. Caution: it can suffer from powdery mildew. Prevent it by spacing pots for airflow and avoiding overhead watering. In zones below 4, treat it as an annual, but save seeds to restart easily. Plant number 7. Hollyhock, or Alcea rosea. Meet the hollyhock, a nostalgic charmer straight out of Grandma's cottage garden. Single or double blooms in cotton candy pink, sunset orange, or deep burgundy climb 5 to 8 feet tall on sturdy stems. Yes, really, that high. On balconies, it's a statement plant for large containers against walls or railings. Modern dwarf varieties like queen size stay compact at 3 feet. Hollyhocks are biennials or short-lived perennials, but they self-seed with abandon. I've had the same balcony patch for 12 years from one original plant. Container strategy: depth is critical. Use pots 18 plus inches deep to support taproots. Weight them down with stones to avoid wind throw. Soil should be rich and slightly alkaline. Mix in garden lime if needed. Place in full sun, south or west exposure. Water at the base to avoid wetting leaves, prevents rust fungus. Self-seeding secrets: in late summer, seed pods form as flat cheese wheel discs. Let them dry until tan. Then, crush pods between your palms over soil. Or store seeds in a jar. Sprinkle on snow in winter. Freeze-thaw cycles boost germination. Seedlings emerge in spring. Thin them to 12 inches apart. Balcony hacks: grow against a trellis for support. Rust fungus is common. Prevent with copper fungicide sprays or remove affected leaves. Attracts pollinators and makes stunning cut flowers. My most magical moment? A swallow built a nest behind my hollyhocks. The blooms framed her baby's first flights. In cold zones, wrap pots in burlap for winter. Hollyhocks self-seed best with a winter chill, perfect for northern balconies. Plant number 8. Shirley poppies. Don't confuse these with California poppies. Shirley poppies are the flamboyant cousins. Frilly, tissue-thin blooms in candy colors, watermelon pink, tangerine, plum, and bicolors. They're annuals that self-seed like perennials, creating drifts of color that shift yearly. Their secret? Seeds stay viable for decades in soil. Scatter them once, and they'll return as long as you let them seed. On balconies, they thrive in poor soil and full sun, making them ideal for forgetful gardeners. Pot perfection? Use unglazed clay pots. They breathe, with gritty soil. No fertilizer needed. In fact, rich soil reduces flowering. Place in hottest, sunniest spot, southwest corner. Water sparingly, only when soil is parched. Self-seeding is automatic. Flowers last 2 to 3 days, then drop petals to reveal bristly seed pods. When pods turn straw-colored, they split open at the top, releasing seeds like salt from a shaker. To maximize spread, stop watering in late summer to speed up drying, gently tap pods over soil, or harvest pods and scatter seeds in bare patches. Seedlings appear in fall or early spring. Thin ruthlessly. They need space. Balcony bonuses? They deter deer and rabbits, attract solitary bees, petals are edible, use in salads. Caution. They dislike transplanting. Sow seeds directly in final pots. I once grew them in an old suitcase. When it rained, seeds washed into the handle crevices and sprouted there too. Pure joy. In humid areas, avoid overhead watering to prevent mildew. Plant number 9. Forget-me-nots. Myosotis sylvatica. Forget-me-nots, the tender-hearted poets of the garden. Clouds of baby blue flowers with golden centers bloom in cool weather, spring and fall, casting a soft glow over balconies. They're biennials, but self-seed so readily they create permanent carpets of color. Their tiny roots thrive in shallow soil, making them ideal for window boxes, strawberry pots, or hanging baskets. Plus, they tolerate partial shade, a blessing for balconies shaded by trees or buildings. Container care. Use wide, shallow planters, 6 to 8 inches deep, with moisture-retentive soil. They prefer cool roots, so avoid black pots in hot sun. Water regularly but gently. Never let soil dry completely. Self-seeding is foolproof. After flowering, tiny black seeds form in clusters. They drop easily when touched. Strategy. Let plants die back naturally in summer. Shake dried stems over soil, or collect seeds by rubbing seed heads over paper. Seeds need light to germinate, so surface sow only. Seedlings appear in fall. They form rosettes that overwinter and bloom in spring. Balcony wisdom. Pair with spring bulbs, crocus and dwarf iris for early color. Attracts early season bees when few flowers bloom. Short-lived in heat, so treat as cool season annual in zones 8+. True story. After my grandfather passed, I scattered his favorite forget-me-not seeds on my balcony. Every spring, they bloom right outside his old window. For fungal issues, ensure pots aren't crowded. In hot climates, grow as winter annuals. Plant number 10. Evening primrose. Oenothera missouriensis. Our grand finale. Evening primrose. This moonlit seductress opens large lemon-yellow flowers at dusk, filling balconies with a sweet, spicy fragrance that intensifies after dark. Its low, spreading habit, 12 inches tall, 2+ feet wide, makes it a perfect ground cover for large containers. It's a perennial self-seeder that thrives on neglect, drought-tolerant, heat-loving, and unfazed by poor soil. Native to North American plains, it survives brutal balcony conditions where fussier plants fail. Container commandments. Deep, wide pots, 16+ inches across, to contain its vigorous roots. Use sandy, gritty soil, no compost. It craves full sun and excellent drainage. Water deeply, but infrequently, once every 10 days. Self-seeding mastery. After summer blooms fade, 1-inch seed capsules form. They turn brown and split open, ejecting seeds several feet away. To encourage reseeding, stop deadheading in August. Let fallen seeds lie on soil surface. Scratch soil lightly to bury some seeds. Seedlings appear in spring. They look like dandelions at first. Night blooming superpowers. Attracts moths and nocturnal pollinators. Flowers close by noon, perfect for evening balcony relaxation. Edible roots taste like radish and petals. I grow mine in a galvanized tub, and it cascades over the edges like liquid gold at sunset. Caution, it can spread aggressively. Control by removing 90% of seed pods. But on a balcony, its wanderlust is charming, not invasive. In winter, cut back foliage. It regrows from roots. Conclusion and gardener's promise. Well, my friends, we've reached the end of our journey. 10 self-seeding perennials that promise effortless beauty for your balcony. California Poppy, Nigella, Sweet Alyssum, Honesty, Columbine, Foxglove, Hollyhock, Shirley Poppy, Forget-Me-Not, and Evening Primrose. Each one is a testament to nature's generosity, a reminder that gardens can thrive without endless toil. Before you go, let's seal a gardener's promise together. This year, we'll work smarter, not harder. We'll let these plants do what they do best: spread, surprise, and sustain life. Start small. Pick just one variety that sings to your soul. Scatter seeds this fall or early spring. Then step back. Watch. Wait. Trust. Your balcony isn't just a space, it's a stage for miracles. A hummingbird's first visit, a seedling pushing through cracked concrete, the scent of alyssum on a summer breeze. These are the moments that heal us. If this video sparked your inspiration, pay it forward. Share a seed packet with a neighbor. Post a photo of your balcony garden below. I read every comment and cheer for your victories. And if you haven't yet, subscribe for more stress-free gardening magic. We've got episodes coming on balcony composting, creating vertical herb walls, and turning rainwater into garden gold. Thank you for gardening with me today. However small your space, however busy your life, you deserve beauty that finds you, not the other way around. Until next time, keep your hands in the soil, your heart open to wonder, and your balcony blooming wild. Goodbye for now.